Hello legends and super legends, welcome to Veloharmony. I want to start doing something as we get products in. I'm going to start calling it Review Wednesday, so I'll use Wednesdays for it. Because normally I put out videos, the group rides on Mondays, sometimes early Tuesday morning, depending on how long the film goes or what happens on the weekend. But Mondays and Fridays are the standard days for releases here. I'm going to start sneaking in Wednesday. I've been doing some other reviews last week. With the holiday and stuff, I had more time, so I rolled things out. But going forward, what I want to incorporate, and once we start getting enough, because we're getting a lot more companies contacting us with stuff. So I will try, I'm going to start sneaking in something called Review Wednesday as we get products that come in. So today, for the first Review Wednesday, Przewalski sent, as they promised, the tight. They had sent these tights, but they sent a size that was just too big, that wouldn't fit me for me to thoroughly give it a test. So before I actually wear it and take it out, I want to go through the features of the product, and I will splice in the review later, my sensations from actually riding in it. It does not have straps. So those of us who are used to bib shorts, when I saw this, I was a little taken aback. I was like, okay, what's going to keep it in place? It's got a solid elastic band. And so you really have to get the sizing right. And consistent with bib shorts, they size them by waist. That's why I had to wait till they sent the right size. So this is lined with some kind of a fleecy material. First thing that caught my eye, since I haven't worn it yet, I'll just expose this to you. This is they use a Cool Max fabric. And Cool Max, we know, is made by DuPont. It says DuPont Cool Max Performance Fabric. That's what they use in here. The pad is pretty substantial, and it's unusual in that the middle is a little less padded right here in the split, and where your sit bones are supposed to go is really well padded. And it's some kind of a foam. As I push on it, it kind of comes back, so it looks like it retains its form. Then we've got two little, I don't know if the camera, let me turn it this way. This might help because the lighting is hard to really see. You can see the pad right here, real thick on both sides. And you got that less padding in here. Then there are two little circles on either side down here. So it's just the way it's made. And as you go forward, it kind of forms almost like the saddle does. So they have different densities of padding on the pad, which I think that's interesting. As you get towards the front, there's less padding. And right up here, where my thumb is really very little padding there. Same thing like in the middle here. So I've never ridden in pads designed like this, so I'm looking forward to see how it will feel. Inside, before I get inside, let's talk about the bottom of the leg. They have reflectors. So if you wear these from the back, this is the back. They have reflectors built in on the side of your leg. I think it's a nice placement. Those are reflectors on either side of the leg. The zipper is covered with a reflector. So after you close the zipper on the side of it, doesn't completely cover the zipper, but it's kind of nice when you have these with zippers because they make it easy for you to put on when you're wearing them. That's always a nice feature. I mean, some of them that don't have, you can still slip them on, but it's a nice feature. Easy to put on, easy to take off. And this will actually make it easy if you wanted to take it off without removing your shoes for whatever reason. Gives you more room down there. Other than that, the material, let me turn it inside out. So consistent with other tights, they're not just thin Lycra. There is some kind of a fleecy line inside here. It's not just Lycra. So this makes it a little more thermal, protective, retentive. I mean, it makes it warmer. You know, I can feel that. I feel the fleece. You know, some other manufacturers may call it Roubaix fleece, depending on where they source them from. But it's a light fleecy material that's on the entire inside. So it's not just Lycra. So Lycra on the outside and that fleece material throughout the lining on the inside. So that's probably why they call it thermal. So I will put the official name there when I'm actually doing this in post-production, so you can see it and then put the current price that they have. I'll have the link in the description and also on the Veloharmony website for those of you who want to take advantage of it. What I want to do at this point now is stop this point of the review and add the review after I've written in it. All right, legends and super legends. I wrote in them. I got back and I want to give you my impressions. And I decided to, instead of just talking about it, to actually show you on the trainer. So I put the Colnago on the trainer. The trainer may be a little noisier than normal because I got new tires on the Colnago. And until they wear in, they kind of make a lot of noise against the resistance. I want to read what Przewalski wrote about their shorts in here, or the tights in here. Basically, it's a plated double knit fabric with micro yarn on the face and a higher denier filament yarn on the back. Double knit fabric has a push-pull effect, pulling moisture from the back and pushing it off the face to keep you cool and dry. So that's excellent wicking properties. So it says it's a two-way mechanical stretch. Now, their byline, Przewalski Cycling Apparel is made for cyclists that demand only the best in themselves and the best in performance. Cycling teams, bicycle clubs, local bike shops, corporations, and events around the world represent a diverse clientele that prefer Przewalski products. They said, at heart, we are road racers, mountain bikers, artists, business people who have found a way to combine our talents to produce a product that is respected worldwide as the best cycling apparel on the market. Okay. The biggest thing I wanted to focus on is this little card. It has an antimicrobial fabric on the pad, which is important. Air permeability, breathability, flexibility is ergonomic, very breathable. What I did experience during the ride was that it's very warm. These tights are very warm. I like that about it. I also like the placement of the reflectors. That's a good spot. Very visible. And then, of course, on the zipper. The zipper's on the side, so that's more of a side view, but that's a very big reflector. You can see that, okay? Now, what I had issue with, and that's just me from what I've been used to. I don't ride in shorts that stop here. So throughout the ride, I kept doing this. I kept pulling it up. And, it fits me fairly well, but I could probably, get it tighter, maybe a quarter of an inch. But this is the size that fit me. This is an extra large because my waist is about 34 3/4 to 35. And I fell in that cusp. And that's what fits me. And they got a good band on it. But this is what the bib shorts do. They keep that bad boy in place with those straps. Okay, well, this was not designed with bib straps on there, so that's fine. So at this price point, that's something you'd have to live with if you got one of these, because you don't want to size down too much, then the leg length won't be right. Okay, so you'll get to see it in full. I'm going to get on the bike and I'm going to show you and tell you about the pads, and you can kind of see the whole thing in full, but that's about the only thing I have issue with. And this will not just be this one. It would probably be just regular shorts as well that don't have straps. That's why I prefer bib strap. But that's just me. It doesn't mean that you can't wear these. I rode these on the ride. They kept my legs nice and warm. If it were very cold, yeah, I would look to wear these guys. They're very warm. So that whatever they have on the inside. I also wanted to just let you know that when you're putting them on, you're going to need to pull them up. So don't pull them up near the seams. I ended up ripping a little bit of the seam. You can't really see it. It's just like an outer seam. It didn't rip all the way through. But when I pulled on it, my hands were here and I was pulling it up over my thighs. And I heard that sound, and then I looked and I saw some of the thread loosen. I'll get that fixed because it's not the garment's fault. So if you're going to pull it up, don't pull it up near where the seams are on the side of the leg. They got a nice arc on the seam. You can pull it up from here. There are no seams. You could pull it up from here near the waist because you want to pull it up on you before you get on the bike. So let me turn to the bike and just kind of give you my impressions. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I hope you get a good view of what the tights look like. You can see the reflectors. Let me turn this way so you can see the back. You can see the side. I'm indoors. I've got some lights going here for visibility, and that's what's giving you that reflection. So you imagine a low light situation with a car headlights hitting it. That thing was, and then your legs are going to be moving. The best spot to put things on the legs. So let me get on the bike here. I've got my microphone recorder in the side of this short. So let me get on the bike so you can see what I'm. So when I went out, the first thing I did was, because usually with my bib shorts, I don't have to do that. First thing I did is once I got on the bike and got situated, I did this. I pulled it up a little bit. So if the elastic band were a little tighter, I probably wouldn't have to do that. But they don't have a size 34 3/4 inches or something like that. So I've got a 1/4 of an inch here, just too much, you know. And that's what I'm holding here like that, as for it to really feel snug. But once I started riding, it wasn't an issue. It didn't move too much. It was just a matter of subjective feel. Now, the reason I decided to get on the bike is when I was standing and doing the review, the pad felt very thick and like it would be in the way. That is not the case on the bike. On the bike, the pad does its job. It disappeared. I mean, so out of a rating of say 1 to 5, I would probably give it maybe 3.5. And it's simply because if I were to buy something like this, I would probably go and take it down to the seamstress and have her take out that around the waist and get it tight on me, because that's how I like my shorts to feel. With the bib straps, they pull it up. I want it right here. But when I leave it, it goes down just a tad. Doesn't affect how it feels down here where you're sitting on the saddle. But, you know, it's just something I wanted to point out. And you don't want to, this is my size. This is an extra large. You can see the length is perfect. You don't want to size down too much because you're trying to accommodate the feel I'm talking about. People who ride shorts like these normally probably wouldn't care, because it's not like it's moving to where it affects how the pad feels and everything. So no, the pads are excellent. I mean, I'm sitting on the bike and it's like the pads just disappear, you know. So I just wanted to put this twist on the review. I love the fit on the legs. I love the fit around my hips. I just wish they had straps. And I don't know if they make one. Hint, Przewalski. If you have a type that has straps, send me one. I'll give you another review. So I will put the price point on here when I do this, because this is after a market. So maybe the ones with the straps, it has a different price point if they have them. But this is what they sent me. They will be sending me their standard bib shorts that have straps. And so I will do the review of that one and see how it compares to this product as far as the feel around the waist. But that was one of the things, if you guys remember some of my older reviews that I did about shorts versus bib shorts. It's like staying in place. It's always an issue, but Przewalski did a great job with this because it's not moving on me. I'm just used to having that feel like this right back here. And when I let it go, it just goes down a little bit. But there's no movement here or anything. You can see it's right there. So overall, they're very nice shorts. Will I be riding in them? Yeah. Because the warmth is really good. I can see me definitely riding in these. I took them out today and, you know, there was no issue out there. It's about 7 or 8 feet a day, I think, right now when I went out. So there were no problems with the shorts. So these bib ties work. If you're in the market for something in this price range, give them a shout. Especially if you're somebody that prefer to not ride in bibs. There are people out there that prefer that. That's fine. That's why we have these choices. So I just wanted to share that with you. You can see I'm riding in them, no problems. It's just I wanted to point out for those of you who already ride in tights that have straps, I want you to just be aware of it. That's all. So with that, I will wrap it up. Give them a shout. They're very good, very reasonably priced, and they're making good quality product. Feels great, good Lycra, fully lined. Will keep you nice and warm.